The year's most terrifying movie is here. Does it live up to the hype? Let's talk about it.
We're talking about 17 kids in one classroom. I want to know what happened in that classroom. Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
Children. I love those kids.
Those kids walked out of those homes. No one forced them.
So, Weapons, the newest release from director Cregger, who directed 2022's Barbarian, and man oh man, he really delivers on this as well. I can't wait to talk to you about it. This movie is very easy to spoil, therefore I'm going to do a non-spoiler review. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk around it. I'm going to talk about what I liked, what I didn't like, what worked, what didn't work, without really spoiling the movie in any regard. Before we move on, don't forget or kindly consider hitting that like, subscribe button and that notification bell to receive more updates on all new movies releasing. Anyway, let's jump right in.
The night before, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark. And they never came back.
I've just realized that I don't have my weapons backdrop. It's all there up here. Anyway, I'm going to use Mr. Fantastic for this one. Anyway, so the story kicks in when one day at night at exactly 2:17 a.m., a classroom of kids wake up from their bed and leave their houses and run in a peculiar manner into the darkness, vanishing. No one knows where they are or what's happened to them. And therefore, this mystery is what it revolves around the movie. And we are sort of realizing this from the perspective of 5 different characters.
Those kids walked out of those homes. No one pulled them out. No one forced them. What do you see that I don't?
Show me. Where did you go?
There's something very, very wrong going on.
So the story is told from the perspective of 5 different characters, and therefore the movie is segmented into 5 different chapters, told from the perspective of each character. So in this case, Justine, Alex, Archer, and I think James, played by Julia Garner and Josh Brolin, who I think I will say are the main characters. However, all these 5 characters are all treated as the main characters, and they have equal or more or less the same screen time, and therefore this sort of acts as the connective tissue as to the mystery behind the disappearance of these kids. We have people who are directly linked to the disappearance of these kids, people who are actively investigating the disappearance of these kids, and the movie really holds out on the mystery, but in that regard, as it holds out on the mystery, it still keeps you engaged, especially with the jump scares, man. Cregger is a very messed up individual because he has the perfect timing. Just when you think you're not going to get a jump scare, he hits you with one and another and another, and they're very effective. Just when you think you're expecting one, it doesn't happen, but when you least expect it, it hits you right there in your face. And I really had a good time with this, especially my audience's reaction to some of these jump scares and these horror elements, which are quite effective, by the way.
What am I looking at?
And therefore any horror fan is going to be highly satisfied. So what didn't work for me? Well, first and foremost, when the movie started, in the first 10-15 minutes, there was an issue with the audio output, especially in the dialogue scenes, and therefore I missed some important information that was relayed at the beginning, and it didn't persist, but it took me out of it for a while. However, I think things were remedied or rectified by the team in the projection booth. I don't have any negative criticisms. I think because everything worked. This is a well-balanced movie. Cregger is someone who comes from comedy, and it's quite interesting that he's been able to transition to giving us some of the most effective horror movies we've seen in recent years. And this one works very well. It's very effective, it's scary, it has also its moments of levity, and especially with Josh Brolin and Alden Ehrenreich, who is very funny in this movie, by the way. I liked his character. I think he's called Paul. Yeah, he really has some nice scenes in this movie. What I liked about this movie for me were the performances. Everyone delivers, and it really has some really fantastic child actors. My favorite, though, I'd say, if I was to classify them, I'd put Josh Brolin first, then Julia Garner, then Alden Ehrenreich, and then the rest that follow. I think if you watch this trailer and this movie speaks to you, what you see on the trailer is what you're going to get. A very effective horror movie that's very fantastic, well made, well acted, well casted, and I think everything works in his favor. It's really enjoyable, and my issue with the audio at the beginning is not going to really affect my scoring of this movie or my recommendation of this movie, because I highly recommend checking it out. I just hope you don't have the same experience I did. Therefore, I'm going to give this rating of 9 out of 10. Highly recommended, very fantastic movie, well made. It's one of those movies I really want to come and watch again. Unfortunately, it wasn't in IMAX, and I was really hoping for it to be screened on IMAX. Anyway, that's a non-issue, because at the end of the day, it's a really well made and enjoyable movie, and I highly recommend checking it out. So if you enjoy these reviews, then kindly don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button and that notification bell to receive updates on all new movies releasing and all new reviews. Anyway, see you on the next one. Cheers.